first goal. What a throw for him.
Watt kicking it down towards half forward, in front Rocker, loose ball at the back, who's got the pace, well worked out of it was Jones, brilliantly done Harvey, what a wonderful goal. McLeod beautifully caught, loses it, could be costly. Harvey, look at him go, Brent Harvey, 30 metres out, this will be a sensational goal, and it is.
It's just monstrous at the moment, they get a chance once again.
Oh, has he?
High ball, how's that, Boomer?
Now the run comes again. Harvey takes him on. He's on the charge. It's showtime. Lights, camera, action. Harvey going all the way. Take a bow. Take a curtain call. What a goal.
Lyle tackled well by Harvey. Ball done free. Harvey again. Amazing recovery. Harvey in the goal. Great play.
An effective spoil by Petrie. Gee, that was well done. Harvey's going to do it again. And he does. He is hot. Kangaroos are hot. Harvey's got 3.
There it is, the final tribute to Boomer Harvey. It'll want to be a good Sunday night movie to beat this.
Kangaroos looking to consolidate here. He wants to take on Preston Giacomo, and he does. He runs to 30 and kicks a wonderful goal.
He'll take Murphy on and then goes across to centre half forward. Harvey!
Still got it. He can go all the way to 48. Another bounce inside 50. He senses it back.
To the way by McGrath. Only as far as Bell. Off to Harvey. Brushes the tackle. Takes a bounce. He takes 2 bounces. Runs inside 50. Balks his man. Shoots from 40 metres. And kicks a team lifter.
They get slung out of the pack. Again it comes to Harvey. And again he's kicked a goal. Petrie in the wrestle. Fletcher. Harvey again. The hat-trick for Harvey. And this man Harvey with 3 goals and a mark like that.
No free kick. Opportunity for Harvey. Works around one defender, gets onto the right foot, and Brent Harvey has kicked back-to-back goals for the Kangaroos.
Harvey and Jens, the old and the new. Jens tries to track him down. Oh, he speeds away from the young kid. Bounces inside 50 and says that's how it's done.
A proud moment for this proud footy club. 400 games. Brent Harvey, who's carried the team so often, gets carried off himself.
Bastanek running hard. Could Harvey finish it? 2 bounces. Looking good. Going, leaning back. Oh, that's poetic. Boomer.
Number 29, Brent Harvey.
Small, very small, but just very accommodating.
I didn't expect him to be so nice, to tell the truth, coming from a young guy at the footy club on your first day, and he's the first one to come up to you and say good day.
Just his, I guess, his fit physique. He's not an ounce of fat on Boomer, and it's been the case for the last 16 years that I've played with him. Other than being small,
really strong for being so small.
First impression small, second impression very, very diligent worker.
After spending so much time with him and seeing how he went about his footy, was just the ultimate professional. Everything, not just on field, but the way he lived his life off field as well. That's probably why he's played for so long.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
He doesn't want to give anyone the Brad Pitts.
Every day is a gift, that's why it's called the present.
Same, but different.
Cash money. He's got a lot of it.
He always gets pumped up in the final team meeting with the forwards. He's always, his favourite saying after the meeting is, let's smash these,
He's pretty tight with his money.
Picks his nose.
Being so tidy.
He locks his locker and leaves his key in that locker as well, so it defeats the purpose of locking it. Don't know why he does that.
Being a tight ass.
His OCD is a major issue for him.
He's very, very anal with preparation, the way his locker is downstairs.
I think the level of his OCD, I think there's been times where blokes have put, I think at his old house they used to put stones out
in the garden, but maybe 6 or 7, and without doubt Boomer would find them and put them back where they're supposed to be. So, yeah, I think if that is how OCD he can be.
Probably that his pantry resembles a supermarket shelf, very immaculately laid out. Boomer pretty much owns half of the northern suburbs.
Whenever he gets pictures with supporters and fans and members, he always likes to stand on his tippy toes to make him look a little bit taller. So next time someone's having a photo, just glance down at his feet because he'll be just standing on his toes.
For me, he's just an unbelievable father, also a great husband as well, so off the field.
He kicked a goal in 2007 against Hawthorn. We played a semi-final at the MCG, and he kicked a goal in the last quarter to seal victory, and his celebration after that was very memorable.
His 300th game, getting the win for him was a great moment.
I remember in his 250th game, I actually got the ball and I kicked it to him and actually got a knee to the head and knocked him out in the first 10 minutes. And I think he come back on and someone else kicked the ball to him and he got it, and I think he balked Dale Morris and kicked an unbelievable goal.
His almost goal of the year, but it was a point. The almost goal against West Coast.
I know 6 or 7 bouncers kicked almost point of the year.
He's away. 2 bounces.
He won't get him.
3 bounces.
They won't get him.
4 bounces.
They
5
won't get him.
bounces. 6 bounces. 7 bounces. Brent Harvey has kicked. The poster.
Would have won him goal of the year.
I don't know why that sticks out, but it does.
Midget. Freak. Greatness.
Small.
Elite.
Legend.
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 I first met Brent Harvey when he was a cheeky teenager who looked nothing like an elite footballer. Now he's about to become the AFL Games record holder.
Morning, mate. DK, how are you? All right. Good to see you. Come in, mate. Kettle on. Come in. Yeah, got the kettle on for you. Hello, kids. Morning, Coop.
There must be something in the air out here, only an hour and a half out of the CBD. Yarrambat.
Good to see you. You've been out in the ground more than most players that I played with, Coop. You've been out there for a 200, 250, 300, 400. How many times have you been out there?
6 times.
6 times?
Yeah.
Almost ready for AFL Life membership.
Okay, Captain.
Hadn't been captain for a while.
Muscles, give me a kiss. I'm going to go to work. Have a good day.
Hudson, inside, please.
See you, buddy. Feel lace. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
It's been a long and intriguing journey for the little man, 21 years at the top and counting. But to understand the champion, we need to go back to the beginning.
Enfield Avenue, Preston, Boom. This is where it all started for you.
Yeah, absolutely. That block there is where I grew up. Had some good cricket matches and footy matches here, Kingy.
Playing footy out here?
Nah, footy, mate. This was good. So our driveway was the goals.
Yeah.
And this driveway just over here, that were the footy goals. Whether we had a mate of mine used to live here, Damien, whether we had him and his older brother here, next door neighbours, all playing a 6-on-6 game, or it was literally me and my brother Shane playing a 1-on-1 game, they were always the goals.
Grab the footy, grab the bin, get off the road, cars coming. Game off. It is a tougher upbringing.
All right, game on. Let's go again.
Yeah, let's go. You loved it.
Yeah, mate, Preston is where I grew up. My nan used to live around the corner, so I'd come home from school and walk around the block and go see my nan, sit down, have a can of Coke and a Vegemite sandwich with her, and then come back home. Mum and Dad was always at work or at footy training. Mum would be home cooking. So, mate, this is literally what we did. We got home from school, we played footy, we played cricket. Mum would call us in for dinner, we'd have dinner, we'd come back out. Daylight savings was heaven. When it wasn't daylight savings, that little light was a saviour for us.
Next stop, the Preston RSL Club, where Boomer won 5 flags. Ruthven Reserve, his childhood playground. or as Boomer calls it,
Harvey Park.
Harvey Park.
As me and my brother refer to.
Boomer always respected his original coach, the late Mr. Kolf, then son Jamie after that.
I remember him coming to me at three-quarter time and said, look, I'm spent. I said, you want to kick 28? And you said, oh, that'll be all right. So.
I think I was 19 or something behind in the goal kick and I wanted to beat Roberto from West Preston, I remember it.
Yeah, so I put him in the forward pocket. I'm not kidding you. I reckon he had 3 blokes on him. And he still kicked 8.
And I can't remember it, but I kicked 7 up this end, 4 up that end, 2 up that end, and then 8 in the last.
8 in the last.
21,
yes.
so.
I remember
He can't remember it, but he kicked.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place. I spent a lot of hours up here, whether it was with team training or just coming up and having a kick at goals by myself or with my brother. I love being here. I love the fact that you're up here and mate, even say thank you because everyone that plays a part, starting from your dad to you to the next coach, you've all played a massive role, mate. So thanks for coming up here and sharing it.
Let's give him a bit of love.
Good man,
Keith Burns was Boomer's TAC under-18 coach at the Northern Knights. He noticed a first-class work rate and a trait that would one day become his trademark.
That little shimmy he used to do and dodge and weave, it was one of his greatest skills. But in the grand final in '95 was probably my greatest thrill for him. It's because before the game I said to him, how'd you like to be first rover? Because we sort of protected him for a lot of the time because he was so light. And he took him apart, won the best on the ground, and it was a great day.
Thanks, Burnsy, for all your time early on in the career. Taught me so much, helped me with that transition to get to a tough coach like Dennis Pagan. So just want to say thanks very much for all your time, mate.
Buddy, thanks very much, and congratulations on your achievements.
Thanks very much.
Mate, give him a bit of love. Come on, Darren,
I love the cuddle,
We couldn't complete this story without one of its most central figures. He's an old coach of mine. I'd like you to say good day to Dennis. How are you going? How you going?
Good to see you, Dave.
Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Well done, son. Good stuff.
Still my favourite coach. What about his first game? Do you remember giving him that opportunity and what that represented?
We gave him a great opportunity. I think it was 96, might have been late in 96.
Yeah, round 22.
Round 22. Got him on there for about 30 seconds. Didn't touch it. OK, I gave you a big chance. One possession, I think. After you get Boom, that'll do you till next year.
That's spot on. Absolutely spot on.
What was the best bit of advice Dennis gave you?
I think when I first walked into the football club, he taught us how to be ruthless with everything we're doing, how hard you had to work. That was probably the main thing that I took, that how hard and committed that you had to be a really good player and to be a successful team. So the hard work, and not only that, the values and the morals that he taught me at such a young age has certainly helped me through, well, not most of my career, all of my career.
Where's he sit, Dennis, on the games grades of the Kangaroos, if not the AFL?
Well, yeah, I've only got to look at his record. No one's got a better record. And there were some great players who have played for the club. And, you think of Keary, and you think of Blight and Cracker and Cable and Schimmelbusch and Greg, and you could probably go on. But Boomer's right up there with them. Boomer's record is second to none, and he's been a wonderful player for the Kangaroos. And it's amazing, just keeps on keeping on. I don't know how long you keep going. Every time I look at you, I watch you on the weekend, Boom, I got you down for another 3 years.
Just want to say thank you, Dennis. You're very hard early, very ruthless, and I've said this publicly that you broke a lot of players, but you certainly made a lot of players, and I'd like to think that I'm one of those players that you made. So I just want to say thank you very, very much, because if it wasn't for you, I don't reckon I'd be here today. So thanks very much, Dennis.
No. There will be no to all the coaches today. Tell us who the players I broke, Boom. I'm going to ring them up. I'm going to ring them up and say sorry.
I've never seen this before. Even Dennis gave him a hug.
Dennis, yes.
So, Boom, it's a different sort of childhood. It's a tough life out Preston way back in the day, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I guess I guess I come from a family that didn't have, and now writing the book and interviewing mum type of thing, the money that Dad used to make was bugger all. I don't know how she raised 3 kids, and mate, on Christmas Day, unbelievable upbringing in that. But I didn't come from a family with a lot of money or anything like that. So when you earn some decent money doing what you do, you sort of puts a lot of things into perspective, and be able to provide for my kids quite well it's pretty rewarding. I'm set up well where I can send my kids to get a really good education at some really good schooling. We'll still be on our side of town. It's got to be in the northern suburbs, mate. I'm a homebody, so to speak, and I think the upbringing, the family and the friends and the culture of the Preston area, the northern suburbs, I hold really tight. Unfortunately, mate, I've got a couple of guys or a couple of friends that have passed away due to some overdoses and things like that. I've got a couple of really good mates now in jail. So absolutely, you get to a fork in the road during life, and lucky for me, I had sport, had an amazing family. So I thank them for everything they've done. But you get to that fork, and footy was probably the guidance for me. I was half decent at it, and I loved training. I didn't just play it because I loved it. I actually enjoyed the training part of it as well. So that keeps you on the straight and narrow. But yeah, certainly makes you think now what my mates went through when they were 15 and 16, and so thankful that I took this road. We met Jamie a little bit earlier on, and he was very similar to Dennis, who was very similar to Keith Burns, and Mr. Kolf, he was probably the first hard taskmaster that I had. But the disciplines that they teach you early on hold you in really good stead to be a good team player, to be a good father, to be a good husband. Set those morals really early in my life, and like I said earlier, Mum and Dad, I had an amazing upbringing with a great brother and a great sister, so I wouldn't change my upbringing for 1 second. I love where I'm from.
At the end of this game, you will hold the record for the most games played VFL AFL history. We're all proud of you. I know you don't take it the way we do, but as past players, as mates, we're all proud of you. How's it sit with you?
I'm excited. I'm excited because I get to share it with so many people, and there's so many people that's helped me along the way as well. So when I do run out and break that record, it's not just for me, it's for my family, it's for all my friends that I played junior footy with and never had a chance to play one AFL game. It's for all the other shin boners who have finished their career and still enjoy and watching the Kangas. I guess the supporters and everybody that's played a small part in my life. This is for everyone, this is not just for me.
BOOMER427.
I hope you've watched me give my all for North Melbourne, for the fans, for my teammates, and for my family.
The little champion, Brent Harvey, set to break the all-time AFL VFL games record, and he'd be doing it in style, thanks to Mazda and Graphico.
Wow. What the hell is this? Wow. I don't have to look at this tomorrow. People are going to know straight away. That's the point.
A big media contingent turned out at Arden Street to celebrate a magical milestone.
I honestly think this will be something that I sit back and reflect on after football career's finished. When you've got the grandkids on your knee and your name's on top of the list, then it probably means something pretty special. I'm not saying that to downplay it at all, because I'm very happy to be sitting here today and playing this week, but I think it'll mean and sink in a little bit more when I'm a little bit older.
Fans given their chance to celebrate Boomer at his book signing on Tuesday.
That was fantastic, a little bit surreal to tell you the truth. You walk into a room and all those people are waiting for you, and there's people there lining up for an hour and 20 minutes. Not only them ones, but all the supporters, they do a great job, and I absolutely love them, the way they get around all the North Melbourne boys.
Brad Scott, who's both played against and coached Harvey, full of praise.
He's just been an incredible footballer, and as a person he's grown enormously. Just the most driven footballer I've ever seen in my time in footy, and that's saying a lot because I've seen some driven competitors, but he's just he's like no other in the game.
The players celebrated by donning the 427 jumper at training on Wednesday, while comedians Greg Fleet and Chris Franklin recollected.
So this week you break the all-time games record, Boomer, and think you would have done it earlier if you hadn't taken time off to fight in World War I.
Champions of the game came together for a very special lunch.
Oh, it's a fantastic effort, isn't it? It's brilliant. You know, he's still going as well as ever. He's got the pace and he's still kicking goals, and he'll keep on going, I think.
The thing is that he's got terrific endurance, and he's a very terrific runner. He knows where the goals are.
The tributes for Harvey coming from all angles, but the man himself was quick to pay homage to the previous record holder, Michael Tuck.
Everyone remembers Michael Tuck wearing a long sleeve jumper, so I thought it wasn't a bad idea to run out in a long sleeve jumper and pay my tributes to him that way.
Hundreds turned out to open training on Friday, and a very special guest, boxer Danny Green, was on hand.
He really is one of the most incredible athletes I've ever come across. And congratulations, mate. You're a star of the game, and you give the whole boy the inspiration, and you're a legend, mate. So many people love you, and yeah, congratulations.
The players' final preparations done and dusted ahead of a Saturday night to remember. This has been another NMFC News Update, thanks to Mazda.
Let's get down to Cameron Lang with Drew Petrie.
Well, what a night it was for your great mate, your old mate Brent Harvey, Drew.
Yeah, it was a big night, Lingy. Brent was great all week. There's a lot of spotlight put on him, but he just wanted to win tonight. And the boys are pretty solid. Important night. The Boomer can look back on his 427 as a memorable one in the way we won.
We're just letting him have his moment now. All the players getting across to him, of course, some Kilda and North Melbourne players. Yep. It's an incredible record. 427 games, so many pre-seasons. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I know. 21 pre-seasons. His 5 or 10 pre-seasons nearly destroys you, as you know. It's phenomenal. He still leads the way. Anytime a new young player comes into the club, he feels like he's got to impress them and show them that he's better, bigger and stronger and faster than him still, as he showed tonight. So he's incredible, mate. I'll let you get...
Well done, Drew. I'm going to go and grab the man of the moment now. Let them share this moment together. These two great friends and great teammates. Boomer, congratulations, mate. What a milestone. You get to win the game. You get to enjoy it. You even get to kick a goal too. It's been a perfect night.
I missed the sitter. Lindsay gave me a bit of a cook and said, I've got to get you one. No one came near him in the goal score. I didn't really want to do it, but he handballed anyway. So, mate, he's a champion. The whole week's been pretty big, Lingy, but the one thing I said to Brad at the start of the week, nothing matters if we don't win, so we got the bickies, mate.
We saw throughout the night, and great shots when you came out in the ground, but throughout the night, when you did kick the goal, the shots of your family up in the box enjoying the night, special that you could share it with them.
Oh, absolutely. And not only my family have been outstanding, not only my family, all my old teammates, my core group of friends back from home, everyone I played junior footy with. I said during the week in an interview, this is all for them, this is for everyone, not just me.
This next moment to come will be pretty special too, won't it? Chaired off the ground in your record-breaking game, that's one that will live with you forever.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the crowd at training was outstanding. Have a look at all the Kangas people here tonight. It's, mate, this is what we play footy for, to win and celebrate with the crowd.
Well, I've got to take you over there because I know they'll all be waiting for you, St Kilda players and North Melbourne players alike. I reckon you'll enjoy tonight too. Maybe you've got to shout Lindsay Thomas a beer tonight, but it'll be a great night tonight.
I'll get him a beer, that's for sure. We're going to celebrate pretty well with the boys, and we've got a big game next week, so we won't go too hard, mate. It's all about recovery. You know what it's like these days.
Far too professional these days, mate. Congratulations. Well done again. Enjoy every second of it.
Well done, Linger. And to Boomer Harvey there. Guard of honour being formed, and not very often you see the umpires involved in this as well. It's a great moment. Boomer thanking the crowd there, pointing to them and saying thank you. Got the game ball in hand. 1,738 players have made their debut since Boomer played his first game back in 1996. And there is a great show of respect. Electric here at the moment. Great moment in history. The family. The wife. Mum and Dad close by. Mum.
And there's his dad. So game 427 now complete for Brent Harvey, and he was no slouch. 24 possessions in his game tonight. Kicked a nice goal, thanks to Lindsay Thomas as well.